right, welcome back. Let's go straight to River State. Philip. You know, Wike mentioned it the other time that what he opted for was impeachment. That was the time the president declared the state of emergency. That what he wanted was impeachment. It appears what Wike wanted is now happening. That it was the president that brought in the state of emergency. I wanted to ask you, what we know about the use of impeachment is for gross misconduct, not to settle political score, not to satisfy anybody, not to make Godfather and Godson work together, not to make anybody join another party, or it was strictly reserved for gross misconduct. And if you go through the section 188 that talked about impeachment of the governor, as a matter of fact, the panel that is set up, the gross misconduct must be proved before them. Proved, that's the word used. Means that it's a legal process. The legal burden of proving a crime is on them. So, are they going to be able to prove this crime, or will Fubara resort to court process if they go through with this and he feels that there was miscarriage of justice? But though they have said this, the subsection 10 of the section 188 said that the proceedings of the state house should not be tried in the court, but that has been set aside because the Supreme Court, in the case of Ladoja and the rest, have said because it's our law, why they are not querying your ability to do it, that you follow the laid down procedures, that you follow the law, can be entertained in the court. Are we set out for a long journey?
Yes, we are. You see, this River State saga of Godfatherism, Godson and Godfather agreeing and not agreeing, settling and not settling, reconciling and not reconciling, we look at it to be River State issue. But for me, I look at it broadly, because if the president of this country, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if he's not careful the way he handled the issue of the River State, it could lead this country to a chaos that we may not come out from soon. Because what are the issues in River State? The issue is whether there's rule of law or no rule of law. You're talking about court ruling or court not ruling. And we're here. Wike is boasting that most of the APC government cases they won in court, it was by his providence that they won those cases. Now, what is peculiar in River State? You see, we cannot exonerate anybody in the issue of River State, whether Mr. President or Mr. Wike or Mr. Fubara, because this present government play politics with everything. I still want to believe Mr. President is still playing more politics with River State, because we are not sure whose game or whose script the River State House of Assembly is acting. Like you said, that section 188 is not to witch hunt people, and section 305 of the Constitution was not meant to be witch hunt people. But we are here when it was used to witch hunt River State, and the voice vote was used to count to third majority. So what makes you think the House of Assembly will not do their own thing? So when you have turned the country to a republic, a banana republic, anything goes. Do we still have laws in this country? The answer is as good as saying in the negative.
All right, let me come to you, Philemon. If you remember, staggered election started with Peter Obi. That was when in Nigeria, we've never had staggered election. He was the one that introduced staggered election, that once you shorten the tenure of a governor, the governor could, say, oh, I'm supposed to serve for 4 years. You've removed certain months from my tenure, so I'm going to move further. It started with Peter Obi when he went to court, when he was impeached, and of course, now we have Fubara, that voice vote was used at the National Assembly to ratify the state of emergency. Fubara he hasn't gone to court to say, okay, my tenure wouldn't even be expiring 2027 May 29. Rather, it should be 6 months, after that. He has not talked about that. Now, impeachment is coming. We are not sure how they are going to be able to follow it to the letter to actually prove that there was gross misconduct and not a political settlement. Do you think Fubara might be? Yes, not necessarily Fubara. Let's get it. Listen to what he said. Nobody is an angel in this case, because we don't know the agreement Fubara has with Wike. Because it's also not nice to get into any kind of agreement and thereafter you say they're not going to follow through. Nobody knows about that. But those things is not what Section 188 is reserved for. Those are unofficial agreements, unofficial whatever. Section 188 is strictly reserved for when a governor or deputy governor has been involved in gross misconduct. How far will this take us? And how far will it spread across River State?
I will leave the politics to politicians like you to discuss. My worry is a little bit above that. People always have this belief that, and they have a very strenuous argument, that we are making progress. And when you ask them, where is the progress, they will point to this, point to that, point to... And I always ask myself, if somebody who is in the university is able to read A, B, C, D to Z, do you really applaud him? No. Why? Because his capacity, his mental capacity is way above that. Correct?
Yeah.
Right. So these things that we are seeing today, we saw them before, right? And here we are in 2025.
26 now.
26 now. They are rearing their heads. And in the same manner they did years ago. So, what progress have we made? And we must also begin to think about the danger these things portend for development. We are where we are because we are not acquitting ourselves well at all. We are not. A situation where one person can just come up and hold a state hostage or hold the country hostage. What does this say about our character? That's the question you should be asking. What does this say about our thinking processes? Are they right? Are we normal? Are we sane? How do we intend to move from point A to B as a country when we behave exactly the same? Remember what happened in the First Republic, right? We had different crises in different houses, and before we knew it, there was chaos everywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do we even remember that? That, like he said, what happens in one little part of the country can set the whole country ablaze if we are not careful. We keep when people say God with us, sometimes I wonder, I ask the question, when you say God is with us, what do you really mean by God is with us? Is God with us? Are we with God? If God is with us?
Okay, you said something, Philip, that nobody knows the owner of the script the State House is playing. Certainly, you can't divorce it from Wike's script, because Wike has said it that he wanted impeachment. But whether the president is now involved in that script is what we might say we do not know.
Very well.
Yes, but we do know that they are playing what Wike wanted. Except you are arguing that, Wike wanted it at that time. We don't know whether that is what he wanted now. We don't know the expiration of his want. The expiration date of his want. But Wike as a personality, somebody Rivers State has also given so much, in this case. Do you think they are considering Rivers people in all this political fight? Spending time instead of emergency, coming back. Isn't it okay to just relax impeachment? Go to the poll is just next year. This is 2026. Go to the poll, let the people elect the popular person. For the purpose of having Rivers people have peace. Wouldn't Wike or whoever that owns this script that is being read at this time, wouldn't they just sacrifice having gotten so much from Rivers people?
You see, Wike as a personality and Tinubu as a president, I think the problem both of them have is greed. Because in 2023, when Tinubu went into the elections, he got his own APC governors elected alongside with him. But his greed had led him to ensure that everybody comes into, the APC. I tell you, from a very reliable source, what happened in Plateau State. The Plateau State man was given an option. If I wasn't given an option, they said, it's either you come to APC or go to any party and contest, we will still take the position from you, whether you win or you lose. So the only option that is left for you is to come to the APC. And that's why the man moved to APC. It's not his interest to come to APC. See, when you are greedy, you now bite much more than what you can chew. Now, coming to the issue of Rivers State, whether if Wike is not enough for you to just relax, is it the only Rivers State people that are suffering? The entire Nigeria is suffering on this Rivers State issue. Because we don't know, because it is a precedent is being set there. If it's allowed to succeed, it could be used in any other state.
That's right.
So, if that's why I have said in our previous edition that look, what we need in this government, people should be advocating for good governance. Even these faraway American people who want to remove, terrorists from our land, they should first and foremost remove bad governance and give us good governance. Like you said, they should ensure that our electoral umpire become independent so that we can elect the right persons to govern us.
But we don't want them to kidnap our president.
Well, I don't want to. Well, I don't know. But we want a solution. We can't continue this way.
Don't forget, it's the same America you are talking about. The man that you are talking about that you want to come and rescue.
Yes,
that's the same man who punctured, who terrorized his home people over an election. Abi? Till tomorrow. In fact, he made a statement yesterday that he was even praising the democracies of other countries. Yeah. And he said, in this country, I don't trust elections. And I'm wondering, is this America that Trump is talking about? The so-called father of democracy,
Botswana.
Yeah.
They have good governance. You don't hear anything about them. They have a buoyant economy, and their agriculture, it's only farming, cow. They have everything about Botswana is perfect. You see, and it's an African country. What we need is good governance. So in Rivers State, if Wike feel that the Rivers State belong to him, you see, you can when you take a man, we come from the water side. When you said this today, you will be drowned in this water. Here, this is where you will finish. There's no way you will drown in that water without your cloth having suffered some extent of wetting. Yeah. So Wike shouldn't say that because he brought Fubara. Fubara is a weakly. He can do anything he wants. There's room for him to fight back. And if Rivers State is on fire, like you said, the whole country is on fire. The military will find excuse to come in.
Okay, let me come to you. Let me come to you. This impeachment, if it degenerates to political problems or turmoil, do you think the president will be going there again with state of emergency?
Very likely. And let me tell you something. Rivers State is a very volatile state.
Yes.
I interviewed a number of people there a few years ago when I was doing some work on a book. It's one place that I've been in the entire country where I've been scared for my life. Because I will be driving with friends, they would drive past their houses, look back to see whether they are being followed before they will come back and enter their houses. I have never experienced that anywhere in the country. And so when I talked to some of the head of the agencies, they gave me the history of the violence in that state. If you recall, things were so bad that the tribunal, you remember, the 2015 tribunal could not even sit in Rivers State. They had to come all the way to that. And don't be fooled. There's nothing that can stop violence in that state except choice. Don't think that you will deploy 50,000 police officers or 50,000
just taking a man to go and kill.
That won't stop. I want to refer to what he said about Botswana. And I make it bold to say here, everything we do in life is by choice. Every country you see that is making progress is by choice. what is happening in Nigeria right now is by choice. Except we renounce that choice and move the opposite direction. Nothing, no palliative tools, no palliative policies will ever put us right. None.
Okay, you saw Wike that they're flanked by PDP, APC, and like we want to correct the mistake we made that if we re-elect Fubara again,
Who is the we?
in 2027, then I'll be finished politically. Wike's political survivor, what is he anchoring it on?
It depends on who will be removed from office. But I pity Mr. Wike, because Mr. Wike is beating more than what he can shoot. Mr. Wike presently, he had growth with Uzodimma, the chairman of the APC Governor Forum. He had growth with the NSA, Nehru Badu. He has growth with Mabio and so many other. Why is he picking fight with just every other person?
And he has been expelled by
PDP from
and being issued certificate of expulsion.
So he cannot deny that he has not been expelled from the party. He may claim, he may gather with friends and say that this is PDP. No group of friends never form a political party. Now, Wike gathering people to say that, oh, we made a mistake. Who are the we? Is Wike the we? Yeah, I saw him going around meeting Tomateke, Asari Dokubo, telling them what not and what about Fubara and all the rest of them. And you see, Nigeria is a funny country. Asari Dokubo and Tomateke, they happen to come from the same central district and the same Ijo Aziz of the River State. And these are the people Wike is hobnobbing with, trying to pitch them against their own brother. So, but the truth remains that we have said it before. I was saying it again. Wike is not welcome in APC. When you betray your brother to a stranger, the stranger cannot trust you to come and tabernacle with him. That's what has happened to Wike.
All right, Favour, what should the president do so we don't get to the point of state of emergency again?
I think it behoves on the president to ensure that there is peace in every part of the country. So, and that means that you should step in at the right time.
When is the right time?
The right time is even before now.
Exactly.
It's before now. Shouldn't have allowed this second wave
But he met with Fubara
tsunami.
not too long ago. And I think this thing even escalated.
And this is why I'm saying that
this escalated even after meeting with Fubara just a while
Mr.
ago.
Akafo, this is why I'm saying we don't know whose script the Rivers State House of Assembly are acting, because you can't trust Nigerian politicians. It's possible Mr. President is part of all this scheme. It's very possible.
We are going to be watching this, and hopefully it doesn't degenerate to another crisis again, and hopefully we don't find another state of emergency again in Rivers State.